So like the things that I have ingested that you technically aren't supposed to ingest is so like Windex, glow stick fluid, bug spray, the stuff that they sell to like put on nail polish, to the quick hardener stuff, that stuff. Nail polish itself, because I growing up used to do this thing where if you smudged it a little bit and it was still kind of wet, you just lick it to put it back in place, and then people were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" So like I'm and expired wine, expired rosé. That almost got me.
Of
But that was
all
the thing
the
that came the
things,
closest.
the expired rosé is what got
The
you.
expired Five Criminals Snoop Dogg rosé is almost what did me the fuck in.
But it's wine, so it's like alcohol, so it doesn't go bad, right?
But
Right?
it spoils. Wine spoils.
Right?
Yeah. No, it does.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wine spoils. And I drank an entire bottle of spoiled Five Crimes Snoop Dogg rosé. And
Can I ask one question?
yes.
You got through the whole bottle.
Yes.
Was there at any point you were like, something's off?
No.
Impeccable.
Was it ever fresh? Was this like, I'm gonna have half this bottle and I'm gonna let it simmer? Or was this like, this is an entirely new bottle?
No, like the worst thing about it was that like when we finished it, my sister was like rinsing the bottle out to put it in recycling, and she's like, it had kind of a vinegary smell at the end. But that doesn't. I have destroyed my taste buds as well, because I grew up, I ate a lot of salt and vinegar chips, and also me and my sister were those kids who just like shotgunned the like things of like vinegar. So like I can't tell if something's vinegary because my body's desensitized to it. So I just drank the entire bottle and then suffered.
I'm sorry that you suffered.
It'd be that way.
When you imbibed in the glowed stick, did that not like burn your mouth? Because I accidentally bit into one once and I thought I would never get that feeling out of my mouth ever again.
So it was not a pleasant experience. I did have to go and rinse it out of my mouth when it happened, but it happened because I was sleeping. And I was sleeping, I was at a slumber party. The other kids put the glow stick in my mouth like a cigar. They put it in my mouth like a cigar, and then I bit down so hard and so aggressively that it ruptured in my mouth, and I swallowed some of it before I was able to get up and get rid of it.
I hate that makes more sense to me than it does.
Julia, I'm crying.
But I'm fine, which is also, JD, why
I was fully expecting it to be on purpose.
No, that one was an accident. But to be fair, that's why I think if somebody had done something to those soft pretzels that I ate, I guess I would have been fine. But also, one time a guy in pajamas did show up at my workplace with just a tray of cookies and was like, we're trying to drum up business for our catering company, and gave them to us. And we did also eat those. So like, I'm fine.
Julia, con of 18 confirmed.
Honestly, that's the thing that bothered me the most about that like quiz thing, is that I was like, my con should be higher, but I can't justify it.
Oh, Julia, how am I supposed to run a horror game after this?
I know, that's the most horrific thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, like, pack it in.
I can't believe that together, Julia and I have one normal con score.
Okay, I'm gonna kick us off, because if I don't, this is going to get so much more unhinged. I have been gifted so many horrifying pictures, and now we have this story, and I'm dying. Okay, I am fine. I am not fine. I'm gonna take 2 seconds because my makeup is in my eye. So BRB, real. Julia, share more horrifying things.
We won the game.
Camera.
Yeah, we won.
Do we want some more horrifying things? Did you know that bees can get into your gas?
Horrors. I mean, we've got like horrors, right?
No.
We have horrors of the no.
We have horrors.
I can bring out one of the dolls.
Yeah,
I can bring the
a
doll back out.
Doll, please. Yeah, let's do that.
Here she is. She's purple. Her name is Glitch.
I don't know that I have anything
really
creepy
sharp
to
nails
hand.
for no good reason.
I mean, defensive weapons.
To hold.
To hold. Better hands to hold the rats. as sometimes you need to do. What else? What other horrors would you like to see? What do I have in reach? Oh. I've got this beaded necklace that we don't know where it came from. It just lives in my house, and it's got these sharks on it.
But why sharks, though, is what I need to know.
Why
Nature's
not
most
sharks?
perfect animal.
You know?
Why not sharks? Oh, people are upset about
I mean,
the
well,
bees.
that's
And the
crap.
dolls.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
People are upset about what I said about the bees.
How did they hear about my bees?
No, they're talking about when I mentioned bees can get into
Oh,
gas
your
tanks.
bees, separate bees.
Yeah, so the Buick, the car, I think I was
Made
telling
you do
the car
that.
yeah, the Buick that I was telling, who was I talking to about the Buick?
The bee
Where
wick.
I had to pop the hood, and you had to like flip a Frankenstein looking lever on it to turn the battery off every time you turned it off. Bees just climbed on into the gas tank and made a whole home in there, and then my dad one day went to go like check on the car, and just bees.
That happened to my grandma as well. Poor grandma.
Again, nothing more horrifying that I can say as this session progresses has not already been said.
This would give Nicolas Cage nightmares.
All right, well, with that, before I let any other horrifying stories unfold, we're going to lose Kit.
Perfect. Wow.
We're off to a great start,
They
guys.
heard,
This
they
is
heard
the
bees and they're like,
energy.
I'm out.
This is the energy, my friends.
This is honestly the most unhinged call I think I've had so far, and that says something because I'm on calls a lot with Julia. Anyways, I will try to do the introduction while we hopefully get Kit back. Hi, welcome to Live from the Apocalypse. We are having a time tonight, and we are having it together. And we have a Kit back.
Are we
which
back?
We love. You are back.
I think the random neighbor mowing the lawn has stolen my Wi-Fi, so I don't know what's happening.
Hunt them down, Kit.
Fingers crossed.
You think I won't?
But your audio is here, and that is
Am I?
incredible. Yes, your audio's here. You are
Excellent.
here. It's amazing.
We love to see it.
We love to see
Never
it.
happens.
Now, if I don't continue speaking, it'll never happen. So yes, we are a not-for-profit TTRPG studio that raises money for aid organizations and progressive causes. Currently, we are raising money for Rainbow Railroad, and they are an organization that helps LGBT people, and especially currently trans people, relocate from locations that may be less safe to ones that are more safe and going to offer more protections. At any point during the stream, you can click the donate button. We have made it very easy to find, much easier than subscribe, which is now hidden. If you donate, for this game, there are no incentives, but the incentive I always offer is the more you donate, the more unhinged things will probably happen to the players. Good, bad, otherwise, it'll be a good time. So if you hit that donate button, I will keep track of it, and things will happen. When you do that, the McElroy brothers will yell specifically at me. It is possible. I am not a monster, so I will not yell into the microphone. However, my players in some of my games have started to yell into the microphone on my behalf. That way we all get the experience together. So that may happen. Who knows? We have 2 of those players here, and others may join in. You can subscribe if you so choose. We cannot stop you. We've made it very hard. But if you do subscribe...
Yeah, Justin, fucking grip it and rip it, baby!
Thank you, Chrissy.
That down, dude. Shit, yeah, dude. Crack one for the big boy.
You don't perceive me. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, Justin, fucking grip it and rip it, baby!
Thank you, Alex.
Slop
Nice.
that down,
Alex,
dude.
nice.
Yeah, dude. Crack
Nice.
one for the big boy.
Incredible. I like how my cast has apparently volunteered for more unhinged things to happen. I like this energy that you're bringing. This is great.
Correct.
Traumatize us, JD.
Do it. Do
Good.
it.
That's
Please?
the plan. That is what
Do
you
it
all signed
before
up
we
for.
do it to you.
That is a threat I never expected as a GM.
That is a promise.
Threat and a promise, yes.
This is how unhinged we are. My players are threatening me in a horror game. We're gonna have to see how this goes. So yes, you can subscribe. We're going to encourage you not to. If you do, Brennan Lee Mulligan, beloved Dimension 20 Dungeon Master, will kill 1 dog for every month you have been subscribed. That's a lot of dogs, and we are down only 2 de Villiers. So, maybe don't do that. There's not a lot left.
They have to make it to season 2. We can't keep
For
doing this.
real.
And so with that, I think I've said everything I need to, outside of the last thing, which is, this is, of course, Shadows Between the Stacks. This is where I'm at today.
A secret of seasons of shadows between the shack.
We don't know the name of our game. We created it, and we cannot say it.
Can't say it.
Crossover episode win.
Well, I hope both of you have your Monsters Hearts character sheets ready to go.
Fuck.
Yes.
Sorry, you're not actually playing the twins. You are playing Fitz and Elise.
Oh man.
You don't stand a chance then. I'm sorry.
Apples is so ready for this.
My costume's right there. I'll do it, JD. Don't tempt me.
Werewolves and vampires are real, and you're going to be introduced to this very early on. So yes, this is Shadows Between the Stacks, Harvest Echoes, the second part of our series. We just finished Blood of the Harvest last week. It was an electrifying and deadly finale for some. That was in the 1920s. We are now in the 2020s, seeing what happens exactly 100 years later. As this is Call of Cthulhu, there are a number of content warnings to be mindful of. For this particular episode, we will be dealing with psychological horror and reality questioning. We will be dealing with some body horror. We will be dealing with themes including drowning and fire. And there will not be any creatures with man hands or rats with old man faces. I'm sorry, there may be a nutria. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it unfolds. But unfortunately, rats with old man faces, copyrighted by Alex. Gonna respect that. And so with that, I think it is time for each of my lovely players to introduce themselves and the character they will be playing. And we will be going, as we always do, in alphabetical order. So Alex, you are up first.
Someday, I'm going to play a game with an Aaron, and that's going to be great. But for the time being, hi, I'm Alex. I'm Mightiest Finn on Twitter. I ran the first part of this, and now I'm playing in the second part, and I'm very excited to see all of the terrible shit that JD is going to do to me because of that. And I'm going to be playing a young lad named Bingley Keating, who may or may not have a relation to certain characters from the first table. Who can say?
Mysterious. So mysterious. That, yes, we are in alphabetical order here, so that is good. Farah, you are next.
Yet again, I'm so high in the alphabetical order of these games. I don't know what's happening. Hello. I am Farah Sarkaya. I am playing Apples. And I'm on the Twitter as Farrakaya, and I'm on Crossroads Games and lots of places. But hello, I'm very excited and I'm very scared. It's great.
I love it. I am excited. I am excited to torture all of you. You all gave me so many wonderful things to explore.
Good. That's a gift from us to you.
It is, and I very much appreciate that. Okay, I definitely just forgot whether J and K come before each other. It is fine. We're doing great. Julia, that is you.
Hi, I'm Julia. I'm the local Delaware cryptid. You can find me at HexWhat on all social media platforms. Today, I am playing Holly Haley Hollis, and she is very academically ambitious, and she may or may not be related to those Hollises, and she's here to be an absolute unmitigated bitch. So it'll be a good time. I'll tell you, more about other things I do with Live from the Apocalypse after. I think tonight you just have to know that I'm going to be the worst version of myself.
I love that for you. Incredible. 10 out of 10. Hit.
Hi, I'm Kit. You can find me places on the internet at Kit Roll Cause. It's somewhere around me, I promise. I'm going to try to knock this out before the person mowing my neighbor's lawn comes back around. Tonight, I will be playing Darcy Keating, who may or may not be related to some other fool at this table. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm kidding. Love you, bro.
Incredible. And last but not least, Chrissy.
Hi. I'm Chrissy. I am playing Maeve. Maeve does not give her last name out. She might be a cult leader, maybe. She would never claim as such, but who knows? The teachers seem a little afraid of her because she knows a little too much about poisons. And she might have a pet snake just chilling in all the plants in her room. We don't know. She doesn't know how it got there. We're not supposed to have pets in the room, so obviously she doesn't actually have one. A wild one just comes in her window occasionally. And yeah, that is me and that is Maeve.
Real normal stuff going on there, honestly. Whomst among us, honestly.
Whomst.
And last but not least, I am JD. I am the keeper of arcane lore. I am a storyteller and player with Live from the Apocalypse. And tonight I will be playing everyone who these people are not playing. And I think with that, it is time to dive right in to what is happening. 20 years or 100 years, 20 years, 100 years later. I can do time. Time
What
is
is
fine.
time?
Oh shoot, we need to rewrite these guys. They're 1940s. Let's go.
Yeah, sorry about that, everyone. Gear up, get ready. We're doing an abrupt change. I told you I can roll with anything you throw at me. Let's see how much all of you can roll with.
Pretty sure I have a 1940s dress around here somewhere. Give me like 2 seconds.
2 seconds, let's go.
Absolutely incredible stuff. I did not say die right in, but also, as Chrissy said, yes. Also, yes. All right. So, we begin with the sound of wind whistling through the trees. It is soft and gentle, making the leaves rustle. Honestly, perhaps more of a breeze than a wind, if we're being honest with ourselves. The edges of dawn are on the horizon, and the grass across the town is sparkling with frost. Maybe. Maybe that's a little unseasonable, but maybe that's also just the dew catching the first rays of the sun, because surely it wasn't cold enough for frost last night. I mean, autumn is here, the leaves are turning, but temperatures aren't dropping to that degree yet. Are they? Well, perhaps last night was unseasonably cold. We move across the town, and depending on where you are from and what your frame of reference is, you might feel a bit like you're stepping back in time. Most of the buildings here, they all fit a certain aesthetic, a certain vibe, one befitting the town's history. There is just that feeling of the prototypical quaint English town, though that does not mean that modernity has not crept in. I mean, most buildings still have signs hanging from them, but some have started to get away with things a little more daring, signs etched in neon lights rather than just hanging, with that standard plaque hanging above the door. The town itself is already starting to bustle with energy. The morning food deliveries at the restaurants and dining locations, cafes starting to open with bleary-eyed baristas arriving with thermoses of coffee in hand. And we have a chance to see just a few of those stores. One of them, the Wake and Bake coffee shop, and yes, that did cause a controversy. In fact, there were petitions both for and against, and it eventually won out. That is one of those doors opening, and just for a moment, we see a small studio apartment above it. Windows at this time covered in... Oh, yes, that is frost. That is ice moving across the panes. But we move down. We see another store, Another one that caused a lot of controversy. A branch of a store called Vampire Records. How it got to England is a bit of a mystery, but the students have been flocking in droves since it opened at the start of the semester. Now, these are the stores considered to be in the art district, hence their reluctant approval into the town. And with that, we also pass an art gallery, simply named Helios. There's a sign out front that reads, "Opening of Auspices of the Fall, the Transformative Nature of Autumn." It has a date and a time. The date is today. The time is 8 p.m. And as we move through the peaceful, still awakening town, not quite yet on the campus, the relative quiet of the morning is shattered with a scream. But we don't need to worry about that. Not now, not yet. Because we're off to Bolingbroke University, a building that looks much the way it did 100 years ago, though modern amenities have been updated throughout. And there are some new buildings and new wings and additions to the long-standing ones. Familiar names are still there. Buildings named after the Blackwell family and the Smoke family. Others named after those students who died in that horrible incident 100 years ago. Northgate Hall, for instance, is one of the newer dorms. We have the Westmoreland Art Center and the Southbridge Science Lab. A way to maintain the remembrance at an institution that otherwise has attempted to distance itself from that legacy, despite the fact that the books continue to be written about that point in time, and students still whisper urban legends, not just about the serial killer who took the lives of those students, but also about the town and the surrounding area. Urban legends, for instance, about the ghosts that haunt the library. But ghosts are always haunting libraries. I mean, what school doesn't have that type of rumor? Others about secret societies. Again, not exactly uncommon, or ritualistic occult practices that might be a part of it. Urban legends about what happened to those students who are just listed as missing. And those about an unnatural antlered creature, or creatures, that reportedly haunt the surrounding woods. But right now it's early. The lecture halls are empty. The dorms are mostly silent, save for those who have early morning commitments before classes start. But the entire campus feels wrong. Feels like it's holding its breath. For what, that's unclear. But the reverberations of that scream that one heard at this distance create a building sense of unease before the news of the second murder breaks over campus. And with that, I think we are going to start with Bingley. As you have awoken this morning to that news about the second murder, and you have a bit of time before you know you're going to meet up with your group of, shall we say, friends at your local spot.
I think friends is a bit of a stretch. You know,
acquaintances,
certainly.
I'm sorry. Yes, I overstepped that boundary. You'll be meeting up with your acquaintances in just a little bit before you all head out to that gallery opening. What is Bingley up to?
I don't think Bingley slept well last night because Craig, his roommate, is a fucking snorer. Because he is just a gigantic. I believe Darcy described him as a gigantic. What were the words you used?
An Adonis of a man.
Adonis of a man. Okay,
an Adonis of a man built like a brick shithouse. Yes.
There we go. Bingley is decidedly not that. He's a small guy. sort of tousled ginger hair. And when we see him, he's just like laying in bed, fully dressed, just staring at the ceiling, waiting for the snores to stop. Nothing works. Headphones don't work. Earplugs don't work. We've tried it all. But so when we see Bingley, he's like almost sitting like a corpse, just arms folded over his chest. He's got a printed t-shirt on it that says, the age of the Tory is over, the time of the orc has begun, and it's got Gothmog from the Return of the King in a like Warhol screen print style. He's wearing a red tropical shirt, very short running shorts. We're showing a lot of thigh, but we're not showing a lot of the rest of the leg because we have very tall tube socks on, as well as red Converse, glasses, and that is the vibe, I guess. So I think once the snores finally stop, he like sits bolt upright Undertaker style, gets out of bed, and then goes to find food, because he does want to talk to somebody about this, and Craig is probably the one.
Thank you for the follow. Okay, wait, Bingley, you monster, were you wearing your Converse in bed?
I was, but the top sheet was pulled up, you know, so it's like, it's fine.
That's worse. I'm sorry. Your street shoes were in the bed.
No,
Bing,
on the bed,
bing.
like the cover, the top sheet.
Oh, it was off. You were on top of
right.
okay.
The bed is made, and he's sitting on top of his made bed.
That is almost forgivable.
Thank you.
Almost.
Still awful.
Almost.
I think
Almost.
it's forgivable.
It's closer to forgivable than sneakers inside the sheets, JD.
It's true.
Not monsters here.
You all are the real monsters, is what I'm learning very quickly about the five of you. Incredible. All right, so Bingley, you sit up Undertaker style.
Yeah.
Actually, before you do that, does Bingley want to try to wake up Craig?
No, it's futile. We've tried it. We've tried holding his nose. We've tried stuffing a sock in his mouth. We've tried slapping him. Nothing works.
I was just curious if I could make you make the first roll of the evening with a throw check, but you know.
I mean, I'll make it. It's pointless.
That's fair. I will give that to you. I will give that to you.
I mean, you could
I'll-
just hit him out of spite.
Yeah, I'll throw something at him. That's fine. I've got a really good throw of 20, so let's see what happens. That is cocked. I rolled an 11, which is in fact a critical success. I'm sorry, so I've blown all of it right on this one roll.
My evil
I've never been
plan
so
worked.
proud in my life.
Doing the damn thing.
Absolutely incredible. So yes, you throw
I'm gonna say I unplug my alarm clock and throw it at him.
incredible. So you just fling your alarm clock at your poor sleeping roommate. Hit him full force. Where are you aiming?
Oh, his face, his human face.
How
Incredible.
dare you, you monster!
Your poor twin is going to be very disappointed.
It won't be the only thing I do today that Darcy is disappointed in me for, so it's fine.
Absolute chaos right out the gate. So yeah, you just fling your alarm clock into Craig's face. He jerks awake, obviously, like holding his nose and cursing.
I think Bingley has like gone under the bed and pulled out some sort of like electronic equipment. He's like, Craig, did you see that? Did you feel it? I think there's a ghost in here.
What?
No, they've been flinging things around.
Oh, my nose.
Picked up my clock and threw it right at you.
There was a
believe it.
ghost?
Well, I didn't do it.
Yeah, you couldn't. I mean, look at those
Look at my
arms.
noodle arms,
Yeah.
Craig. Look at my noodle arms.
Yeah, you're not wrong. A ghost? I mean, weird shit keeps happening here. Yeah. Are you okay? Did they throw anything at you?
I dodged it. I'm very fast, you know.
And he just kind of gives you a skeptical look at that and says, I guess you've been practicing.
I have, in me off hours. Did you hear about the murder, Craig?
The what?
There was a murder, Craig.
Yeah, there was a murder. That was like a couple of days ago.
No, Craig, there was like a campus alert on our phones.
I haven't looked at my phone yet.
Well, that's right, because you were...
The ghost threw it at me.
I'm sorry, I was very frightened. I'm all bits and bobs. Check your phone, there's been another murder.
Shit, that's 2 murders.
I'm surprised you could put both those numbers together. Well done, Craig.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very proud of you. I know you're going to pass that PowerPoint class this semester.
Man, I hope so.
Listen, Darcy said that they're going to help you study.
Did they?
Oh, they did.
I like that. I think they'd be helpful. I like it when they're around. Not that I don't like you, man. You're cool too.
Thank you, Craig. You're quite fine yourself.
Hey, Bingley. There's been
Craig.
a second. There's been a second murder.
Right, that's what the phone said.
Yeah. I mean that means like this is a serial killer thing now. Like, right?
Well, actually, Craig, and he pushes his glasses up. If we're talking about serial killing, I think you need more than 2 murders. It's got to be 3, at least. 2 murders, that's not serial killing. That's not a pattern, Craig. 3, that's a pattern.
3.
Right, that's 1 + 1 + 1, or if you're being fancy, 1 + 2.
Right, yeah. You know what I don't get? You know what I don't get?
What's
Bingley?
that, Craig? What?
People keep saying if this is a serial killer, like, it must be a copycat. But, like, I don't think that's right.
Why is that, Craig? I think Bigley is recording this all, by the way. This is prime podcast material. It's very subtle, and the audio is going to be terrible, and we're going to need to do a lot of editing, but... Why is that, Craig? Why can't it be a copycat killer, Craig?
And Craig looks at you, like his nose is still bleeding, but he is just ignoring it at this point. And he looks at you very intently. And he puts a hand on your shoulder. And he says, because that means we're saying that old people can't be serial killers. And they can.
So the hand is like, it just takes up all of Bingley's shoulder because Bingley is not big and Craig is. And Bingley looks up at him and is like, that might be the smartest thing you've ever said, Craig. However, you do realize that those murders were 100 years ago, which means unless it was a 2-year-old doing the serial killing, it can't be the same person.
And he thinks about that a lot. And says,
take your time.
I mean, I still think that's unfair, because then we're saying that babies can't be serial killers.
Craig, I'm not saying that babies can't be serial killers, but have you ever seen a baby throw a human adult off of the top of a cathedral?
No, have you?
I can't say I have, Craig.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm not saying there's a 0% chance of it, because there's never a 0% chance of anything. But I think alternate theories might be in order.
Yeah, there can't be a 0% chance, because that's how math works.
I'm gonna have Darcy talk to you about that one.
And Craig then remembers that he's bleeding and is like, fuck, I'm gonna go clean myself off.
Sure, I'm gonna go get some coffee, Craig. Do you need anything?
No, I'm good. Thanks for the talk. Thanks for the talk, Bingley.
Of course, Craig. You know I'm always here to talk with you.
Yeah, I always learn so much. You're so smart.
Thank you. I think. And then Bingley will leave and go to the coffee shop.
That is fair. Do you grab your sibling before then?
No. Because I'm going to be doing Darcy a favor and I'm going to bring them their tea.
Beautiful.
Who are you?
Listen, I've had a morning already. I've never harmed Craig before. So we're riding that high.
God.
This relationship is concerning.
Everything is
This is
fine.
easily the most fucked up thing that we've discussed.
And so I am curious, as Bingley is heading to get some coffee, are you going out to the coffee shop, Wake and Bake, or are you going to the dining hall?
Which is Apple's coffee shop? Is that Wake and Bake?
It is.
I will be heading there then.
And so, Apples, what have you been doing this morning?
Well, first, of course, Apples totters around her apartment and basically rolls down into the coffee shop at like 2 minutes before she's supposed to be down there and just kind of looks around blearily and unlocks the door and drinks the largest cup of coffee she can possibly create in this moment, because she's been up super late putting the finishing touches on her art piece for the show tonight and just obsessing about it. And she knows the regulars that are coming in, and she is just starting to prep all of the different cups and glasses and whatnot that she knows that she's going to need. And once it's all done, she just sorts of grabs a sketchbook and just hangs out at the counter because, the job's a job.
And I will say, Apples, you are joined by the owner of the shop, 25-year-old young man whose name is Tommy, and he always comes in, like, he lets you open up because that's the benefit of having you live over the shop. But he does show up like 5 minutes before the customers are going to be starting to help out with some of that final prep.
I set his drink down on the counter as he walks in the door. You're almost late.
Yeah, time got away from me this morning. Have you not heard the news?
Do I have to move out?
No, of course not, Apples. Yeah, I mean, you're the best person who could be there. You, the school didn't let all of you know.
Oh, right. I should probably have my phone, eh? I can go get it. Do I need it?
I mean, if you want to grab it, that's fine. I can cover for you for a few moments, but somebody else died.
Oh, shit. Did they say who it was?
Not yet. They were found in a warehouse.
Warehouse? How much of those around here?
No, not that many. I mean, it seems pretty fucked up. I'm guessing the school. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna start putting a curfew in place or something like that. I mean, that's 2 murders.
Yeah, I don't. Well, at least my commute's not very far. My point. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab my phone. I'll be right back. And I'll.
Yeah, no worries. Like I said, I'll cover for you.
It's already set up. And I'll run upstairs, grab my phone. And I'll text our group chat. Be like, any of you died yet? And no one answers, and she gets very concerned.
I was coming off mute. Maeve responds back with, "Unfortunately not. Give me a couple minutes."
Thumbs down emoji.
As is tradition, you hear nothing from Holly.
Honestly, I'd be more concerned if I did. So
Darcy sends a GIF. It's that GIF of the person laying down placed down in the middle of the rain. And then sends a JK okay emoji.
Obviously, zero response from
Yeah.
Bailey.
nah, to be expected. Head back downstairs with my charger because I did not plug my phone in last night. I was not focused on that. And I just go about my business and listen to all the gossip that everybody brings in when they come into the coffee shop in the morning.
And of course, the murder is what everyone is talking about. No one knows the name of the person so far, but there's a lot of talk of course, where the body was found. There are comments about, like, I heard there was a body part missing, but the exact body part keeps varying. Like, some people are saying a hand, some people are saying an arm, some people are saying a heart, some people are saying a tongue. Nobody seems to know the actual truth.
Apples is like leaning on the counter, waiting because she knows that Bingley knows about this stuff and is hoping he has some information that he can share.
And so, when is it in the shift that Bingley makes his appearance?
Pretty early, because patience did not happen with Craig this morning. So I think he arrives maybe 10 minutes after the store is open. And he like walks up to this glass window, sees Apples sitting behind the counter waiting, does one of these, and pushes the door open.
All right, come on. I'll get you things. What?
Yes.
Come here.
Good morning, Apples.
You could sound a bit more excited.
Apples, I barely
Come
slept
on.
last night. Craig was snoring like an elephant.
Well, I barely slept. I'm still covered in paint.
But that was your choice. This was not mine.
It's not important. What? Did you hear? I mean, of course you heard. I texted you and you didn't respond.
Oh, that
Clearly
was-
you're alive.
That was your text. I see. I apologize.
Did you not look at it?
Well, I looked at it. But you understand I don't have any contact, so it's just random numbers. I have no idea who any of
Give
these
me
people
your bloody
are.
phone.
No. And he like puts it deeper into his pocket. It's like, I'll have one of mine and one of Darcy's, please.
You're impossible.
That's
Starts
what my mother
making-
keeps saying.
But have you gotten any details yet?
The only person I've spoken to is Craig, and you can imagine it was not an enlightening conversation.
I just
Although there was a
adopted
fair
you.
bit of blood.
At the murder.
No, at the Craig.
Darcy's not going to be very pleased with you.
Well, you see, there's... and he looks around. There's a ghost.
Oh.
And it just happened to pick up my alarm clock and throw it right at Craig's face.
Of course.
I wasn't able to catch it on camera, but I was able to catch the after effects, which is pretty funny.
I don't... Why are
No.
you...
I haven't heard anything. But I don't think I have any particularly interesting classes today, so I will be doing some sleuthing, as Grandpa Ross would like to say.
But you're still coming tonight, right?
What is tonight?
She gets real close.
He leans back.
I'm sorry. Did you just ask me what tonight is?
Apples, there's been a murder.
That doesn't change the fact that my show's tonight.
Oh, right. Your art show is tonight. I believe Darcy has decided we are attending.
Again, you can show a little bit of excitement. Just a little bit. Please, for
Darcy
me.
has decided that we are attending.
You're impossible. Puts the cups on the counter.
Takes them, puts them back down, pays for it, leaves a nice tip. Sorry, I forgot about the show. I will be excited and there.
Thank you.
Grabs the cups, leaves. Not a goodbye. Like, just out, gone.
To be expected.
And apples. I think that means that you are the first of our 5 to notice something a little bit strange. Because when you go to check your phone, you find a small card printed on very nice, very fine, thick green paper, but no emblem, nothing like that. And in script, it says, an open call to those willing to take up the mantle, challenge if you wish to accept. There are so many wonders to be found if you are willing to open your eyes and look. Once you begin to see them, you cannot help but seek more. The first can be found in the ghost light at the witching hour. The others will follow. The rewards are immeasurable.
She finishes reading it and taps it a couple times and then just slips it into her back pocket. Would I know what the gaslight is?
You know, you would, because you spend time at the theater. So you would know that the ghost light is what they
Yes,
leave
of
on the
course.
stage.
Yep.
And so you would have that piece of information. Yes.
Fantastic. All right. She's very excited. And she passes the rest of her shift making increasingly deranged latte art for everybody that comes in, even if they don't ask for it. Just super weird shit. It's great.
We love to see it. A great outlet for your creativity. And so, Bingley, you are returning with sustenance for yourself and your sibling. Where does Bingley find you, Darcy?
Bingley, I believe, would probably still find Darcy in their room, just because typically it's Darcy, I think, that comes out and gets the morning coffee or tea. So if Darcy hasn't come to get Bing yet, they're probably still asleep. So Darcy is in the room that I believe for legal purposes they share with Apples, but Apples does not. Or no, legally they share with another roommate, but Apples is typically over there, or Darcy is over there, and the other roommate has moved out and moved in with some other, I don't know, some boyfriend or something. So it is unofficially a single, not single. Nobody who actually lives there is supposed to live there. Just a very weird situation. But Bing has a key, so.
And to be clear, Bing never uses that key.
Bing keeps trying to return the key, and I keep telling him that I made it specifically for him, so that he didn't have to stand out in the hallway knocking all the time. However,
but he is knocking. He is not.
I just
you understand,
have to
if you
ask,
knock, I have to get out of bed?
How are you knocking? If you are holding cups of coffee in both hands, I just need to know.
He is facing away from the door and kicking it with his foot.
Oh my god.
That is not the most unhinged way you could have done it. I respect that.
No, we're having a completely normal morning. Don't worry about it.
Oh, we're having such a hinged morning, such a very hinged morning. That is the most Darcy, or the most Bingley way that he could have knocked. So I think, like, without, like, you would just hear, like, the rustle, and then, like, a grumble, and then, like, a slipper thrown at the door. Just like, use your feckin' key. Christ alive, Bing.
Darcy, it's in my pocket, and I don't have any more hands. I have 2 hands and 2
What
cups.
happened to him? And then there's like a stumble out of bed. And you would see Darcy open the door, just big t-shirt and like basketball shorts, just vibing. Darcy, very much the fraternal twin of Bingley, but they do share quite the hefty resemblance. Darcy's hair is a bit darker and a bit done up in just like the queerest haircut you can imagine. It's somewhere between a mullet and like that jellyfish haircut. Like it's just curly and a mess. There's like 2 long bits hanging out front. The whole thing is bonkers. Just like smattering of freckles. There's probably like a way too oversized set of glasses. They've kind of haphazardly thrown on. They're a little bit crooked. And otherwise spitting image of Bing. And they just sort of open the door, like hand on the door, just like, what do you want, Bing?
I brought beverages.
They sort of look out into the hallway. Who the fuck are you, and what have you done with my brother?
It was Craig, you understand.
What have you done to Craig now? And they like open the door.
And Bingley's just, well, he was attacked by a ghost and is bleeding, and hands the tea to Darcy.
Bleeding? How the fuck you manage that? Man's built like a brick shithouse thing.
Well, it's a hefty alarm clock.
An alarm clock?
Right in his nose.
You know, a bit of a dent in his nose would actually kind of be a bit charming. What?
I thought you might like that. Have you heard about the murder, Darcy?
Well, I heard about fucking and then pull out their phone. I mean, I got the group chat was probably there's been a murder. That's what that was about.
Oh, right. Yes. Also, Apples has texted us about the murder.
Right. Yeah, I got that.
Mm-hmm. And you got the campus alert.
And they like sort of like scroll up. Right. So a murder. That's going to be excellent for the podcast.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, but just like big sip of tea. Like this is the morning that we're having.
Have you heard from Hollis or Maeve?
No, I've heard what's in the group chat. That's about it.
There's nothing in the group chat except Apple's asking if we've heard about the murder. And Maeve, I don't know what that was.
Well, I mean, I'd sign a life, suppose.
Right. At that point,
No,
Bing goes into his phone and does a thumbs up emoji on Maeve's response about not being dead, unfortunately, yet.
It just like gets the ping, looks at it. Step in the right direction. Good on you.
Well, it's a morning of firsts.
I can guess.
Anyway, I think we should probably talk to them about it.
Yeah, I mean, suppose we should, assemble the troops.
Right.
See if I can't get a hold of Holly, or maybe you want to do that?
Bingley goes very red.
Morning of first, eh?
I would be happy to text Maeve.
I can only hope so much. I'll go talk to Triple H.
How do you eat a mountain, Darcy?
Bit by bit.
That's right. And then Bing will send a text to Maeve that's just like meeting ? Place ?
Maeve texts back. Now ?
Are we meeting now?
I'm in my room. You're welcome to meet here. I'm a little occupied.
Is the snake there?
He's wrapped around my neck. He's fine.
Thank St. Patrick for that. All right, we'll be over momentarily.
Okay, I've got a present for you, actually.
No response.
Smacking the arm, nudging the. Because you know Darcy's
something. It's probably something very sinister. Maybe it's tea, though. That would be nice.
Isn't sinister the best kind?
No. Because I do
Live a
think
little bit.
Maeve could kill us if she wanted to.
I think she could, and if she did, she'd have good reason.
I disagree. We're delightful. I'm sorry, that became Scottish. I disagree. We're a delight. I can't do it. It's slipping. I'm sorry.
You clocked a man this morning. Literally. There we go. You're making it happen.
I'm making it happen. No, you just have to think about Lucky Charms. You have to choose between the bogs and moors of Scotland and the rolling green hills of Ireland, and it's no choice at all. So, I apologize to any Irish people in the chat or watching this.
Or
Anyway.
your GM.
No, I don't apologize.
I have a sympathetic accent. It's only going to get worse. I'm sorry.
Correct. So, no, I do think Maeve could kill us, but we are delightful. So
It's true. I mean, you did nearly kill a man. You clocked him. So
there was absolutely no chance of him dying. There's so much skull and so little brain. It would not have been a problem.
But he's so hot, though.
That
Let me
doesn't
get
make him
dressed. I'll grab the rest of them.
All right, fine.
Going to
And
the
then,
couch? I suppose you've already been there, but are we going to
we're going to
go to
Maeve's.
Maeve's
We're
to
going
stay?
Maeve's. To talk, but probably.
All right. Just sort of like rush. Like, let me put some pants on. Let's go. And I think Darcy will shoot a text to Holly specifically, like not in the group chat, like, you coming?
There's no answer.
Then you get another text, incoming. And that is Darcy walking over to your room to come get you.
Well, that would be very, very easy because remember, I live with Maeve.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
Oh,
very
right.
good.
Never mind.
Perfect.
Well, the incoming still stands because we are incoming.
And I think with that, what do we find Maeve and Holly doing as we look to see what your mornings have been like prior to the arrival of the twins?
Maeve is sitting at her desk, which it has like the smallest amount of clear space. The rest of it is filled up with plants and crystals and some tarot cards. And her snake is indeed kind of like wrapped around her shoulder and her neck. Her snake is named Sylvia, and very chill little black snake. It's fine. And she has a little, like, one of the little medicine bowls, and she's like grinding some things into powder. And like she keeps grabbing some things and then like almost touching some stuff and jerking her hand back. I've really got to move that. Dweeb and his better half are on the way.
Is it about this morning's alert?
I suppose. I think they're in a tizzy about it.
Honestly, actually surprised it took them this long to get their stuff together to come over here.
Mm-hmm. I've got him something for his roommate.
Which one's roommate?
The himbo.
Oh, the tall one.
Yeah.
Right.
Big biceps. Nothing else going for him.
And I think if Holly is sitting on the bed and she is probably like very carefully doing her nails in the brightest, most like blood red, which is her signature typical color. And so she's just kind of like watching Maeve do Maeve's morning things and painting her nails.
That looks positively wicked.
Thank you. I was thinking about changing the shade, but why would I?
You know, I kind of wonder if any of my plants could give that a little oomph. I might have to try some things.
For the tips.
Yeah, I've got some interesting things that like have a dark purple hue, but well, obviously you don't bite your nails. I would highly recommend you absolutely avoid that. If you do happen to use this.
It's unladylike, it's
Mhm.
disgusting, and it's how you leave evidence behind.
Oh, smart. That never occurred to me.
Yes, well.
Learn something new every day.
Should I unlock the door for them or should I let them knock?
Unlock the door. I've got a headache.
Right. And Holly will get up and she will just open the door at this point because she figures that's enough time they should be on their way. Just leaves it open to the hallway.
To be clear, when Bingley arrives, he knocks on the open door very loudly.
Good morning to you too.
Oh, good morning, Maeve. Sorry, I didn't know if that was an accident or not. Good morning, Sylvia. You're looking very serpentine this morning. And then Bingley looks over. Hollis.
Bing. You know we don't make mistakes here, right? Or accidents.
Well, there's a difference between accidents and mistakes, Hollis.
Is that what you are?
No, that's what Darcy is.
I was born first, I'll have you know.
Correct. That's the mistake and the accident.
just backhand across the shoulder.
You know that was a joke, right?
Yeah.
I suppose you've heard about the murder.
Oh, do you think the morgue would let me visit and take a look at the body?
I've already sent an email to my professor asking if we can use it as an exercise for class.
Ooh,
That is
smart.
brilliant. I was going to consider putting a podcast episode together for this. Would you like to be guests?
I'd rather choke, thank you.
I suppose I'll do it. I have nothing better to do with my time right now. Maeve starts pouring the powder into this. She has like a stack of tea bags and she pours them in and kind of like holds it up to Bing. I've made something for, well, it's for Craig, but it's really for both of you.
When you say it's for Craig, he like eagerly reaches out, and then when you say it's for both of you, his hand stops. And he's like,
It's peppermint and golden seal and fenugreek. Basically, it should help with the snoring just a bit. I can't promise that it'll eliminate it.
well, I for one have never snored in my life, so this would be purely for Craig, but we'll give it a try.
I somehow don't believe that, but okay.
What should I put it in? Because you know, he only drinks Monster, right?
And the protein shakes.
And right, we could put it in the protein shakes.
You could probably hide it in the protein shakes.
Right. Good.
I suppose it would be oh god, his poor heart. Maybe I should add something to slow down his heart rate to that if he's consuming that many energy drinks.
Listen, you've
He's
seen how
so
tall
fit,
the
his
man
heart rate's
is.
gotta be fine.
Yeah, you've seen how tall the man is. He needs his heart rate that high just to get the blood there.
I suppose. Okay. Yes. Just throw it in his protein shakes. It'll add a little mint to the flavor. I'm sure he'll appreciate it, and maybe his breath will be better.
Try not to get close enough to notice. Darcy might appreciate it.
Full elbow to the ribs, 100%.
Did we say that we were meeting here in the group text?
I imagine walking over, Darcy would have done some sort of announcement. That's kind of
Right. I'm relying on
shit.
Darcy to make sure that Apples gets here. Because
Yeah,
Alex would like Farah in the scene, but Bing is not considerate.
Doesn't
You know,
Apples
she's-
have work?
She's working today.
We could always go there.
But I've
Weren't
already
you
had
there
my
this
coffee.
morning, Bing? Didn't you know? You think
But we were talking about coffee.
Darcy, you're
right? But she
implying
was
that your-
there.
Darcy, you're implying that your brother noticed anything that wasn't his immediate concern.
Right. My mistake.
Bing nods proudly at that.
Right, well, should
Distractions
we
will
wait
get you
out her
killed.
shift or should we go meet her?
I suppose I could forward another coffee.
I'd like some tea I didn't make for myself.
And so do the four of you head out back to Wake and Bake.
Yes.
Probably yes.
I'm so
They will
sorry,
hide the
JD.
snake amongst the plants.
He's not coming with?
Oh no,
It's too cold.
too chilly
Too
out
cold
here.
for the baby.
True. Oh. So true.
So, Maeve, as you go to settle Sylvie back into the plants and leave her there, you see a green card with the same message that was on the one that Apples found. It's just there right by your plants, a little bit propped up against it, like it's been carefully placed.
I hope whoever put this down didn't touch anything.
What you have.
Maeve will kind of like turn it over and make sure there doesn't look like there's any oil residue or anything on there and no pollen, and then she'll like hand it over to Bingley. There's a note.
I think Bing will open it so that Darcy can also read it.
Oh yeah, as if anything that you do goes unnoticed by Darcy.
Correct.
You're just opening other people's mail now.
It was offered, Hollis. Is it the
And-
same thing that we heard before?
Exact same thing.
Sounds a little cringy.
Sounds like one of those escape rooms, like one of those like search and find. What a
Scavenger hunt.
It's too early. That's right on the money. I clearly need to finish this.
Who
I
on
don't know. I
this
think it. Go ahead.
campus thinks that we are good? We are good people for a team building event.
Well, that's assuming that we're all invited, and as you know, nobody would invite Bing to anything. So
That's not true. Darcy invites me to things all the time.
It's true,
Sounds
but this
cool.
isn't my room, so seems like it might be your invitation.
Bing hands
Oh.
the invitation over and immediately leaves. He is absolutely going to his room to like ransack the shit out of it. See if he got one.
I suppose that does make sense. Me and Holly are quite a delight.
yes, and
Mm.
very detail oriented. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Speaking of, now that Bing's just sort of like peeks out the door, make sure that like Bing is like several steps away. You know, if you did it, you could tell me, right? It would be very impressive.
Oh, no. I don't even
Eh.
know who it was.
Worth a shot.
I'll keep
So
you
just make sure my
updated.
brother doesn't go punch another roommate. So see you at the
did he?
couch.
you rather
Tell you at the couch. They walk off after Bing.
And so, Bing, I mean, you don't have to tear your room apart. It is sitting right on your pillow when you return.
Is Craig home?
Craig is there. He's sitting there with a frozen pack of something. It might be something for his protein shake pressed against his nose.
So he's not in in our room.
No, he's there. He's sitting on his bed.
Damn it, Craig.
Yeah, what's up, man?
How is your snooter doing?
It's a weird way to say it, but I'll be fine. It's fine.
I'm glad. Did you see who left this, Craig?
And he looks over, vacant expression.
You did not. Very well. Thank you, Craig. And I grab it and leave.
Bye, Craig.
Oh yeah, bye, Darcy.
Bye, Craig.
That was very smooth, Darcy.
Yeah, well, I don't think he noticed over the broken nose, Bing.
I don't think it was broken. It doesn't look quite as shifted. Probably just swollen, bruised. I could tell if I got a closer look, but I have no interest in going anywhere near that domicile.
Suppose that leaves more room for the rest of us. What?
I assume we're sitting on the couch.
I assume you have been making your way to the cafe and are getting settled.
You know, Darcy, that is a very large man in a very small bed. I just want you to remember that.
I wasn't. No, it's just,
okay.
It's just nice to look at.
If you put the two that you have in your room together, since, you know, your roommate has absconded, you might have a better shot.
We don't have to. We don't have to. So about that weird letter and the murders.
Oh, did you get one as well?
We did.
She pulls it out of her back pocket.
I don't believe that Hollis or Darcy received one.
Sorry, did I say that out loud?
No, it's fine. It's not the first time it's been said.
It's all right, Darcy. Our time will come.
Suppose it will.
So, this Irish accent is not going away, and I blame you, Alex.
I am incredibly sorry.
My life of a sympathetic accent. Less than a curse.
It's okay. Yeah. I can't do an English one without slipping immediately into Southern. There's such a little tie over there.
You all are beautiful. All beautiful.
I'm quite keen to go check it out. It's going to be rather fun after the gallery.
That's right, because your show is tonight and we are excited about it.
8 o'clock.
Bingley,
is that the time? I thought it was earlier.
Something. Are you all right? Did he bump his head?
No, I bumped Craig.
Well, he did. He bumped our head.
I know that.
Admitting it now.
No, it was the ghost. It was the ghost acting through me.
Oh, so you're possessed now. So we have to hold you, take you down to the church and get you dealt with.
An exorcism would be excellent for the podcast.
I actually know how to do an exorcism.
Yes, I don't believe anyone has actually documented this before. This could be interesting. Making a note for the next episode. But first we have murders, which would be a great episode.
Just so much material for you, Bing.
Have I heard anything in the cafe while I've been doing the morning rush?
You know what? How about giving me a listen check?
Damn. That's a 17 under something. 20. 17 under 20.
Hey.
You have heard the name of the student mentioned. So her name is Mira Weston.
Mira?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, Mira Weston. Did you all have classes with them?
She was an anthropology major.
Absolutely not.
She was studying a soft science, so no.
So Darcy might have actually had one of their minor classes with her.
Anthropology, as you know, is merely the handmaiden of history.
I think I'd had one or two.
Know that, but good to know, I suppose. Yeah, no, apparently that's who's died. It's rather
Point of order, do we know the name of the first student?
You do. Brenton Northcliffe.
I really don't like that. Okay.
The furious typing commences.
Does Bingley say that, or is that Alex because he knows? things.
Well, I do know about the murders that happened 100 years ago, and I know that there was a cardinal direction theme to the murders.
Yes.
You think we've got a copycat?
Well, no, because that does imply that old people can be serial killers.
I mean, they could, but it's a bit of a stretch.
I
100
agree.
years, you'd have to be like 2 years old.
That
the first
Or
murders.
they'd be
There had
breaking
been
some
lots of
records.
old serial killers. H.H. Holmes was one.
correct.
Have there been a lot of 2-year-old serial killers? Because that's, I mean, if we'd have to get the timelines right.
How would they lift a body up a wall?
I do believe
Off a
that
building.
is the bar that we are having a
Right.
hard time getting over.
But on the
Yeah.
upside, that means that we're safe, right? Because, I mean, other than Maeve, Lord knows what her last name is, none of us are a cardinal direction, so that's good, right?
Are we sure it's the Lord who knows Maeve's last name? Not Satan.
He's a lord of something.
Column A, little column B.
Right. Sorry,
There
Maeve.
it is again.
No, I've kept a secret from them too.
That's very wise.
Satan has asked many times.
That doesn't
Maybe I can get
surprise
him to
me.
make a better deal than he's offered so far.
Another idea for a podcast episode.
Apples looks over
Anyway.
Bingley's shoulder.
But weren't there? Yes, so the cardinal direction murders probably aren't going to, catch us in the crossfire. But weren't there like other murders, like tertiary murders,
Well,
or
there
like
was a professor.
missings? I
There was a
suppose.
professor who went missing, as well as another student, who was also a cardinal direction last name. They never found the body.
Still means we're safe, so you can investigate as much as you like, and hopefully you won't, die. That would be lovely.
Yes and no. Serial killers are known to break their pattern if confronted or cornered or such.
It disturbs me sometimes how much you know about these things, but it's wonderful also.
It's part of my major. Forensic science requires me to be aware and on the lookout for these kinds of things.
On the lookout, though, the way you phrase it, I just...
You cannot become a victim if you are always prepared.
It makes
I'm
it
not sure
significantly
that's
harder, I
true.
suppose.
Yes.
I think the school made quite a huge mistake putting us in the same room. But I am delighted by it.
I think it was the best choice this college ever made.
So, how do we all feel about a field trip
The scavenger hunt.
Or to
No.
an actual field.
to an actual field and then an actual warehouse?
Did they cancel classes given the...
They did not.
Classic modern university bullshit.
They did not.
Fascinating.
Classes are still on.
Bingley, are you suggesting skipping class and sneaking into a murder scene?
Well, the way you say that, you make it sound so...
I have never been more proud of you in my life.
Are you sure you're not the one that got hit in the head? She'll put back of her hand on his forehead.
weirdly clammy.
I mean, I'm
Unless-
off soon, so we can...
Unless there
I
is a
don't
higher
think so.
power that would simply like us to go to the gallery opening. I ask the heavens.
Well,
Yeah, I
as
don't
long
see
as
why we
we're
can't do both.
back in time, that's fine.
JD, do you want us... Would that derail you completely if we were to go and field trip?
I told you I will roll with whatever you throw at me, so we can definitely take a field trip. But before we take that field trip, as you're sitting there talking about ghosts, talking about murders, talking about this being the work of a serial killer, and talking about doing some investigating, Maeve, you feel the hair on the back of your neck rise. And then a voice say almost directly into your ear, he's so interested in finding ghosts, and he doesn't know that I'm right here, close enough to touch. And with that,
Oh my
Agreed. Mowgli, yes. Correct.
Yes.
Sir, yes.
we are going to be jump scared, and we are going to go on break.
Can I get a boop in chat?
The Doge.
That timing was impeccable.
A domestic terror.
Domesticated.
Domesticated terror.
He put the terror in terrier.
We will be back in 10 minutes.
Oops, all goose.
Love you all.
Okay.
Just need all of the cute. I'm so mad that Fred left. So mad. He should be part of this. But he's a jerk.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell the people at home,
down.
Vincent.
Yeah.
Get in the
Oh,
comments.
no.
Yeah. Get in the comments. No.
So
She's already in the
many
comments. I don't know what to
boys.
tell you. She's typing away. She's trying to get at my keyboard.
Wait,
Oh,
is her
no.
name Vincent?
Her name is Vincent, yes, after the saint, but not after the singer. I didn't know the singer existed.
Fair,
What?
fair.
Incredible.
Can I get what? Thank you.
Oh.
I don't know why she's so angry. Usually she just sits contentedly in my lap like a person. Ma'am? Are you good? Anything
Camera
else you would
wasn't
like to
getting
say
her
to the
good
jury?
side.
Yeah.
Every side of
Oh my
Vincent
goodness.
is her good side.
She's so
Yes.
angry. Okay, I will put the baby away.
Okay, goodbye, baby.
Bye, Vincent.
So mad.
Good night. Oh man. She was like, I need to
Meanwhile-
go get to my food.
Starving.
Is Finn going to be staying with us, Alex, or do we also have to say goodbye to him?
Oh no. Wee Finn is going to go to bed, but he did want to say good night to everyone.
It's little Finn's bedtime.
It is Wee Finn's bedtime. Say good
I
night,
love
Finn.
him.
Sweet baby.
Good night,
We'll
Finn.
be right back.
Oh well.
And that was our pet break from the horrors. But the horrors are, starting very gently. You can hold hands with the horrors like we talked about.
The horrors are drinking coffee on this couch.
Yeah.
It's true.
I do awesome
true on
latte
a number
art
of
for
levels.
ghosts.
Maybe the true horrors were the friends we met along the way. Or they were our brother's hot roommate, the night is young. The horrors can be a lot
One
of
can
things.
hope. One can
One
hope
can-
the hot
God, one
roommate
can
is a
hope.
horror.
Please God.
We hope that for you.
Mhm.
JD, if you love me.
Got it. Craig equals actual monster. Confirmed. Yes.
It's all I need.
100%.
Monster in bed. Noted.
But I took away the romance
Yeah.
tag, guys. I took away the romance tag.
Put it back on.
They took it
So
away
it
last
is
night
turning into
too, and that
Monster
didn't
Heart.
change anything. So
And so we left the five of you having a lovely moment over coffee or tea, whichever is your beverage of choice. And Maeve hearing a disconcerting voice way too close to you.
Can you back it up 5 paces?
Oh shoot, sorry. Darcy's got their legs draped on the couch. It's just oh sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Sorry. I was talking to myself. It's fine. It's fine. Maeve will just kind of run her hand over the back of her neck. So are we going on a field trip? Right now. If your professors give you a hard time about missing class today, I'll have a chat with them. I haven't really had to go to my classes in all semester.
No, I've already emailed mine and said that I'm not coming.
All right.
you communicate with your professors. It's fine. It's fine.
And
I can probably leave.
Holly just looks up from her phone, which she has been on all morning, and she's just like, Of course I communicate with my professors. How else would they know what's going on?
Do they care?
No, but my parents do.
No, that makes more sense. I can probably leave. Tommy, are you all right? Are you good?
And Tommy, who has been handling the bar while you've been spending some time on break, ostensibly, despite the fact that there is still a bit of a rush because we are heading towards lunchtime, he just gives you a thumbs up. He likes to be flexible because you let him sleep in, and he appreciates that.
Wonderful. All right, I'm good to go. Do you need to go, Caps, or anything?
Actually, yes, that'd be nice. Maeve starts like digging into her little pouch for stuff to add into the tea that she gets. And yeah,
Or acquire things.
No. Holly's just gonna pick up her cup and just like basically just inhale.
I will be
That was
taking something to go.
Piping hot.
And
You know, that was a stupid question. Yeah. Acquire all the things and flee.
And so, with that, where are the five of you headed? Are you heading to the field or are you heading to the warehouse?
I
Are
have
either of
already
those
done a podcast
walkable
episode
distance?
on the field. So if you've all listened to my podcast on the field, we don't need to go.
I did.
you know, I really think we should go. I have some. I'd like to keep an eye out for some herbs there. So yeah, let's go. But we absolutely listen to your podcast, every single one of us.
Good.
uh-huh.
If
I
you don't,
don't-
you may have seen the shitty TikToks that Darcy makes of random clips of the podcast. Just out of context, random clips.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Is it walking distance or can we bike? Do we have to bike it?
I'm
we
gonna
drive?
say it's. Would you like to drive? I mean, we
I
are
will
modern
say,
day.
Darcy took some driving. Not a lot of driving, some driving.
I'm not going to make you make a driving roll for this, because I'm assuming if you have access to a car, you have driven around town.
Depends on how rural the school is. I can speak English, I promise.
Rural enough.
So this is like, it's still like just a college town around the school specifically.
Yeah.
So I guess it just matters how far the field is from town limits.
It's not that far out, so I would say you have options. You could drive to get there the quickest. You could bike to get there in a reasonable time. It would take you a little bit longer to walk.
Well, we don't want to be late for Apple's show tonight, so we might as well drive.
That's right. We have to be there by 9.
8.
Actually, a bit earlier because I have to be there.
You have to be there earlier soon.
I'd imagine like 7:30 latest. I
Doing
mean,
the
I'll drive, but if you
calculations.
spill your tea in my car, it's over for you, hose. I don't know. It's an empty
All right,
tank.
well, let's go
Very
to the field.
believable.
I was going to say, you did just threaten Maeve, of all people, with murder. I think that's quite funny.
If I were intimidated, she should be more worried, but no. Or they should be more worried, but no.
Listen, if Maeve comes for me, she caught me slipping, and that's fair. So
All right. Bingley's riding in the middle, right?
That seems appropriate.
Why?
Shotgun.
She's too tall to sit in the back Bing. You really have to.
Fine.
I don't make the rules. I just drive the car.
Wonderful.
And
Who's picking the
so-
tunes? I need to know.
Yes. Who has yeah.
It's just the Veronicas.
Excellent.
That tracks.
Excellent.
That tracks.
Perfect.
Trust the Veronicas.
Darcy does not stop her.
We absolutely love to see it. So, the 5 of you are making your way by car out to the field. In a lot of ways, it is probably a better location to go to because as you're driving out of town, you can see that the presence around the warehouse would probably be hard to get around. There are a lot of people there, and it is roped off and clearly out of limits. Maeve, as you're driving, that voice comes to you once again and has clearly been listening to the conversation because you just hear, they all seem to think you are quite deadly. How deadly are you?
Would you like to find out? I've never tried to kill a ghost before. But if you keep whispering in my ear, it's feeling a little intimate. At least buy me dinner first.
That would be an interesting date. You and an empty chair across.
I've done weirder things.
And there's just silence in response to that. But Bingley, you do hear that as you are sitting right next to Maeve.
Maeve is talking about killing ghosts. Fascinating.
Well, the school's haunted after all.
Of course the school is haunted, but... Wait a minute. Is this a ghost you know?
No, of course not.
Right, it's just a ghost that talks to you.
I mean, I'm very interesting and I'm very sensitive, so why wouldn't a ghost want to talk to me?
Yes, why wouldn't a ghost want to talk to
She
you?
does have a point.
The feeling isn't mutual.
I understand that. Men.
Honestly, yes.
Also, I'm sure that a date with an empty chair probably wouldn't be the worst date you've ever been on.
That sounds like a
Honestly,
familiar date
yes.
for you.
Thank you, Hollis.
You're welcome.
I feel I don't even know their name.
Have
Are they
you
worth
asked
asking?
them? How dare you? All ghosts are worth knowing.
Okay.
Makes them far more interesting than the living.
What's the ghost that lives in your room's name?
Craig Jr.
Darcy, you shouldn't be messing around with single fathers at your age.
Don't make her laugh. She'll run us off the road.
turns down the radio. Sorry, what?
We're just talking about Maeve's ghost. Have you ever asked their name, Maeve?
Maeve has
Them talking to me is a new development, and I'm not sure I like it.
Do you mind if... And he reaches into his pocket to pull out, like, a recorder and, like, sticks it very close to your face. Do you... If you're there, ghost, do you mind telling us your name?
Thing, you can't just record people's ghosts.
Mr. Ghost, if you consent to the recording, could you please tell us your name?
I don't.
No one asked your opinion on the matter, Hollis.
I'm in the car.
Doesn't matter. You're not a ghost. We'll
I will
edit your bit
sue
out.
you under a bridge.
Aren't we all just housed ghosts?
That is so unsettling. I love
But is it wrong?
No.
There is
Kind of.
absolute silence.
Ghost in bags.
Ghosts in
I don't
bags.
know that I'd go so far as to say bags, but I can appreciate the sentiment.
I mean, you can absolutely turn human flesh into bags.
And the music's going back up. God, I love this. This song. This is, who is this?
It's the
Okay, what?
Veronicas.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Nobody in this
Fascinating.
car appreciates my genius.
Maeve, could you tell me more about the human skin bags?
Oh, well,
Oh,
there's...
At least Big's having fun.
As long as you dry them properly.
Tell them about the lampshades too.
Oh, yes. Oh, and the parchment paper. I'm pretty sure that I have a book that was made from human skin.
That is fascinating. Did you know that Wisconsin has the highest rate of cannibalism of every state in the United States?
Oh,
I mean, it's
I'm sure
Wisconsin.
it goes well with the cheese, right?
It's an interesting pairing, depending on how you smoke it, I suppose.
Okay, if you make me spill my coffee in the car, the sentiment follows.
Okay,
Is that
all
a
right.
euphemism for being sick? Are you gonna be sick? Should you be driving? Do you need me to drive?
Hollis, can you
No,
drive?
no.
Yes, I can
Oh, no.
drive.
Darcy's like driving with like a knee on the steering wheel, just like coffee in one hand, swatting you away. Nah, it's fine.
And on this unsettling note, I think you all make your way with discussion of cannibalism and skin bags and other horrifying things that are somehow more horrifying than the crime scene you are about to be investigating.
Yet the most horrifying thing is the manner in which Darcy is driving.
It's the most danger we're going to be in this entire game.
It's true.
That's probably
The real monster was me.
I never realized how many potholes are in this town. Do you all have a game to try and hit everyone? Do you like get points? Is that how you decide who gets the car the next week?
I actually don't know how to drive, so it's all Darcy.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
no, he doesn't quite like to drive.
No, it's too fast.
Oh, so scary.
I like to imagine that you just come to like a skidding stop where you nearly go through a fence because you
Terrible
forget
driver,
which is
excellent
reverse.
parallel parker. So
Comes in great handy in this small town with
Yes,
only a handful of people.
parallel parking when you are the only
they skid
vehicle.
into a perfect parallel park. It's truly magical. But it was
Tokyo
horrifying
drifting
up until
into a
then.
parallel
Yeah.
spot.
Absolutely unhinged. And so yes,
Well, we're here.
You are at the field. And it is a field. It is just a large grassy expanse. And if it weren't for the remnants of the crime scene tape and the fact that you know what happened here a few days ago, and of course 100 years ago, you would not think anything of it. So what do you do once you arrive?
Duck the tape.
Incredible. Respectable.
Do we know exactly where the body was found?
Interesting. I'm going to say that you're not sure where this most recent body was found, but I think it is well known where the original body was found.
So, I think the first thing Bing does whenever he visits this crime scene, which is fairly regularly, is going to go to where Arthur was found and just lay down in that spot.
I cannot speak to how disrespectful I find this.
I was about to say that. Does Holly say that out loud?
No, that was out loud.
Okay.
I'm trying to get into Arthur's head, Hollis.
I hope he possesses you and drags you down the road.
That doesn't seem in keeping with his personality, from what I know. He seemed to be a gentle soul. A nice man. Didn't deserve what happened to him.
No, not at all. But still. To lay down in one's grave.
It's not a grave, Hollis. He wasn't buried here.
Part of him was.
Oh, you mean his eyes? It's just that they never found them.
Part of you stays where you die, Bing.
Oh, like blood? Oh, yeah. It's been 100 years, Hollis. This probably isn't even the same dirt.
I don't
I
think
think
that
she
sounds
means ghost Bing.
Oh, well. Arthur, if your ghost is here, I'd love to talk to you. Lays back down.
I promise they're not good conversationalist.
I find that offensive.
Well, you do just come and go when you please. It's not like you're trying to hold a conversation with me. What is your name?
Why?
Curiosity. Apparently, it's rude that I haven't asked yet.
That's not untrue. It is rude.
Okay. So are you going to share with the class?
Well, am I sharing with the class or am I sharing with you?
Which would you prefer? I can keep a secret.
With you.
Okay.
My name's Xavier.
And why are you talking to me?
Because right now, you're the only one who's listening.
So they couldn't hear you even if you tried?
They haven't been responding when I have.
Oh, how droll. Okay. Well, is there anything you would like to share with the class?
Your roommate is interesting.
I know, isn't she? An absolute delight.
Yes, that is one word.
Oh shit. I
Oh, no.
also hide from compliments. I get it.
We exercised Julia.
Oh no, that wasn't supposed to be until episode 2. No.
Oh my god.
Incredible.
Chat is so amped right now.
Amped.
I know, right?
I think that's uncalled for as we're waiting for Julia to return. Will, I think that's uncalled for. He was not a bitch and he did not have it coming.
He was just a little guy. Cannot stress this enough.
I'm
And
of
then
the
his
opinion he
skin
was just
suit.
trying to sacrifice himself for the greater good.
The greater good.
The greater good, which was being worn like a skin suit by the thing in the woods.
Yes.
That was the greater good.
The creature with man hands.
The creature with the man hands.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very normal and an okay thing to happen.
Absolutely not.
Just a normal and regular day. Like all of us are having.
Oh no. Okay. So let's see. We may have to resolve some tech issues because Julia
Oh, no.
once again can see and hear us, but we cannot see and hear her. So
no.
we shall
Oh,
be
no.
right back as
Is
we
this
have
a
Now
figured this
Julia's the real
out.
ghost.
BRB.
When the only thing that could hear me was the subtitle program.
Oh no.
And you just
And it
haunted
was-
us.
And it was
Video-
just my subtitles screaming into the void.
Video Ninja said you're talking about ghosts, so I'm going to turn one of you into one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I
You want
missed?
ghosts? Bet.
Just conversations with ghosts. Super normal things, you know.
Hmm?
Nothing weird here.
Just having a normal and regular one with the lads.
Yeah. All of the lads.
Even lads we didn't know we had.
Yeah. we love a little lad.
We have an additional, unexpected little lad.
I love this
friend.
extra roommate that we have.
Really fills out the space, truly.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no air conditioning over there, so the little extra help of the cooling down probably is quite
true.
nice.
It's actually, that's entirely why Xavier is there. He's just there to help make your room a bearable temperature.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, are we living in
That's
Xavier's
truly
old
very
room?
thoughtful.
Who are we?
That's a great question.
Oh, okay. Oh, so do you want me to tell her you find her interesting? Are you trying to flirt? Because I don't know. She might find a dead person more tolerable than most living ones. I'd get that.
I mean, she's not my type, but
Hmm. I mean, I'm of the opinion she's everyone's type, but that's fine. That's fine. I, but seriously, am I supposed to be relaying something, or are you here to teach me something? Or are you here just to like creep me out a little? Not much unsettles me, but you're doing a pretty good job of it.
that is one of the highest compliments I've ever been paid.
You're welcome.
I'm just here to observe and see what happens.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, can you do me a huge favor and not my plan so, but you've came close a couple times, and I don't want to have to clean up after them. They're very sensitive.
If you will talk to me and maybe do me a favor, I'd be happy to let your plants be safe.
What kind of favor could I possibly do for you?
Don't make any deals if you can't get it in writing. Hey, what are you doing over there?
Did you hear that, new friend? If you know how to move my plants, surely you know how to move a pen.
That could be very interesting.
Do you need a pen?
How old are
Borrow
you? Do you need
mine.
a quill? Is that something you're more familiar with?
I do not need. No. No, I can use a pen.
Okay. Well, there you go. Whatever deal you would like to make, Holly and I would like it in writing. It is her room, too. We would like our things kept safe. Also, please
Yeah.
don't possess my snake.
Why would I want to do that?
I mean, I would.
That would seem unpleasant and
Would
confined.
answer so many questions, though.
Would it?
What it's like to live without any limbs and be able to move around and just be one large muscle. I think that's fascinating.
I'm sorry, is the ghost a snake?
No, she's talking about
I don't
her-
think so.
Okay. I grabbed another coffee.
I
Sorry, do we
need
have a
pen,
ghost
though.
snake over there?
No, apparently it's
Don't
not a snake.
move, Bingley.
Or a quill.
Oh, you can borrow my. I can flip page here. Just a second. She pulls out an extra pen and rips a page out of her notebook and hands it over.
Well, here you go, creepy ghost guy.
Nothing happens.
You still not know his name.
No, he refused to tell me.
Do we need like a Ouija board or something?
You know, maybe.
That's
He
a
said he knew
ghost.
how to use a pen, but apparently not.
Imagine it's a bit hard without the bag.
I don't even think it's really the bag. It's more the musculature, the ligaments.
Mhm.
I kind of was lumping all of the bits in with the bag, but I suppose you're right.
Well, I probably have a Ouija board in my room. Somewhere, I'm sure. I've got so many trinkets. We'll find a way for him to communicate. But until then, bodies.
Yes. Can we Can we
Mhm.
leave this spot alone and go find the new spot?
Have I heard
Okay.
Arthur?
You have not heard anything.
Of course not.
However, well, Bingley, do you stay on the ground, or is this the point where you get up?
I think I give Arthur another 5 minutes.
So, Bingley, as you are laying there, you can feel your clothes getting damp. which isn't surprising because there is still dew on the grass. But that feeling is getting worse and worse.
It's quite wet here.
Apples? Apples is drawing Bingley? Does she notice anything changing?
You know what? Give me a spot hidden roll.
That is exactly a 50. On 50. Flat.
That
And it's
is
meets it,
still a
gets it, right?
success. Yep.
Yep.
Meets it, beats it. So you're sketching, and Bingley, remind me, what are you wearing? That shirt, of course.
God awful outfit.
Excuse me, this is the height of
Pinnacle
fashion.
of fashion.
Thank you, Darcy. It's
I never say it out loud.
okay. It's the printed tee, the tropical shirt, the short runner short shorts, the tall tube socks, and the high top Converse in red.
And so at first you don't notice because there is enough red in Bingley's outfit that you think it's just the color that fabric gets when it's that color and gets damp. But as you're drawing him, you realize that Bingley's clothes are becoming soaked in blood.
Bingley, I need you to get up. Right
5
now.
more minutes, Apples. It's
No.
fine.
No, I don't think so. I think you... Can you all see that?
Can
Do you
we?
see?
You can. Yeah, if you look at Bingley, you're noticing that his clothes are getting bloody.
Bingley, I need you
Hey,
to
what the
stand up
hell
right
did you lay
now.
on?
It's what he deserves.
If you don't get up, I'm going to yank you up by your collar. Get up.
Is there blood on the
Oh, the
ground
guy's
around
probably
him?
injured. Bing, what the hell did you lay on?
It doesn't look like it. The ground does not look like it's bleeding, at least what you can see. Though, when Bingley does sit up, you will see that the ground beneath him is absolutely soaked.
Undertaker style, by the way. Just
Of course. Naturally.
Mer-
Like in the shape of a body? Or just like pool of blood?
It's a little hard to tell. It seems to be in the shape of a body, but it is unclear whether that is because that is the shape it would have taken regardless, or because it took the shape of Bingley lying there.
Fair enough.
just a point of order question. I, Bingley, am not dead, correct?
You, Bingley, are not dead. I
Or
have not
mortally
just
wounded.
murdered you.
Okay, good. I think Bingley sits up, does notice the blood, and does one of these.
What's he doing? Why?
I'm testing the evidence. I'm testing it.
That's not
Do you know how many
how
diseases?
that works.
I mean, I hope to God it's his. I mean, I hope to God it's not, but are you...
But it's either my blood or it's ghost blood. So what's the difference?
Either way, you shouldn't inject it.
Who knows what ghost blood carries?
JD, what does
It's
it taste
true.
like?
Oh God!
It tastes
Strawberry syrup.
like iron.
I do think it is blood.
Of
Oh, no
course,
shit.
blood, you absolute idiot. Get off the ground.
Bingley first takes out his phone, does a selfie, takes a
Oh
photo
my
of the
God.
ground.
I would
I'm
like to
documenting
yank
evidence.
him up.
Ah!
That's gonna be absolutely superb when the police look at your phone.
Yeah.
Top notch.
Also,
you're
how
all
are you going to
here.
get back? You're going to walk? Because I assume
Darcy is absolutely not letting you in their car
Yeah.
with that. Yes.
Probably got a towel or something.
Technically,
The hell?
it's our vehicle.
You can't drive.
No.
You don't get to... When you get a license, you get a say.
Is
As long as I'm paying taxi, I'm making the rules.
there a house nearby or some kind of place that might have other clothes?
No place that would have other clothes, though you likely could find like a water spout and try to clean yourself off.
I don't like the way you said that. Okay.
I have like a rag in the car. I don't know that I have a full change of clothes.
You could borrow my sweater for the moment, I suppose. I have a shirt on underneath. I mean, wipe yourself down first, but you'd probably fit. Bigger
He
on
is
top than you
very
are.
small.
Yeah.
Okay. Bingley waits for everyone to turn around.
I think at this point, Holly just completely walks off, like heading towards where the new body was found. Like she's over it now. She's like, whatever. I'm just gonna go to look at what we actually came here to look at.
And just a guy covered in blood. I'm over it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think it's what he deserves. He laid down in a dead person's final resting place. It's exactly what he gets.
That's fair.
Maeve is
It's not unwarranted, but it is bonkers.
Maeve is kneeling down, looking around the puddle to see if there was anything that could have like scratched him or anything like stinging nettle that would dig into his skin, and I'm guessing finding nothing.
The more you look, and you're also probably looking at Bingley just to see, are there any marks on his body that would indicate any of this comes from him? I think the first two things that would jump out to you is it is pooled very specifically and not in a way that it would be if somebody, had accidentally gotten scratched with something. And also, if Bingley were bleeding that much, he would have felt the pain. Like there would have been, it would be very obvious that the blood was coming from him.
Okay, fair. She'll stand up and kind of brush her hands off and go to follow Holly.
Does your ghost friend know anything about it? Before
Well,
you walk away?
He's not commenting.
Hmm.
And he doesn't seem to like answering when I call. Well, I suppose that's the wrong way to put it. He likes to initiate the conversation and also leave it on his own terms.
Would you like me to give you a running commentary?
Well, I mean, if you're going to be here, you might as well be useful.
I've already served my purpose.
To me?
Not like that.
No, not to you.
Oh. Do I want to know? Do I want you to elaborate on that?
There is a moment of silence, and it stretches on for long enough that you're thinking Xavier has probably left the conversation again. But then there is a snapping sound. The sound of bones breaking and a body bending.
Oh, I don't like that.
And Maeve, I would like you to make our first sanity roll of the game.
Oh, joy.
Oh no.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Nope. That's a 58 over 45.
Cool. That's okay. It's just 2 points of sanity loss.
Cool. Love that. All right. Yep. Okay. Fine. Everything's fine.
You sure? You look a little peaked.
I don't know that I like him being in my ear or in my head or wherever. I don't know that I like it.
We can try to get rid of him later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for now, you can always try to ignore him. Just talk to me when he's prattling on.
Oh, yes. That sounds like that's a good idea. The tea you made us this morning was very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Holly, you have gone over to the site where the other body was discovered, and it doesn't take you that long to find. You're, unlike Arthur, you're not sure where the other body was found. But it's very obvious once you start looking because there is a circular imprint in the grass as though it has been burned.
She, with her phone, is typing as she looks around. Which body part was this guy missing? Did you say and I missed it, or
I did not, but much like Arthur, he was missing his eyes.
okay.
Is this Brenton or Mira?
This is Brenton. Yep.
If we're following a pattern, then the next one is missing a tongue.
It's a little on the nose. Even with most copycats, they don't do everything exactly the same. Same place, same sex of the victim, same missing body part.
No, and in fact, I don't know that they ever released the fact that the eyes were missing. I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't know that that was common knowledge.
But everyone knows that the eyes were missing.
How true are any urban legends? He says, wearing Apples' overly large sweater and nothing else but his socks and shoes.
Very stylish.
So
What exactly are we hoping to find here? Clues?
generally, yes. So it looks like it's been burned. And I'm assuming there's also signs of like whoever was out here to collect the body walking around and looking around. JD, can I look for anything more around here?
Give me a spot hidden check. Yes.
While that is happening, can I make an occult roll to see if there is anything I can glean from the setup of this?
Yes. 100%.
No, I do not want to roll that.
29 out of 45, under 45.
So is there any sort of help action? I don't know that.
I got a
Yeah, I
40
would
under
also like
70.
Okay.
Can I also spot hidden just to assist?
Yeah. No.
Well, I would say while they roll that, is the burn mark just, JD, is it just like a circular burn mark, or is it like in the shape of a body, like the body was set on fire and burned?
It's a circular burn mark, and there have been no reports that fire was how the person died.
To be clear, is it a circle around the body with like unburned grass in it, or is the entire circle of it burned grass?
Good question. It is a circle around, and then unburned grass where the body was.
Okay, that's weirder.
Yes.
Is there any way? I mean, we've got like phones that have ostensibly like internet on them. Is there any way that like some mix of like occult knowledge and other stuff could figure out if this is any sort of like, I don't know, local legend, weird cult ritual with the burning and the, or is that like related to anything? Maybe.
You could definitely be looking that up. I will say there's nothing that comes up on the folklore side, but to go to Holly first. So, Holly, you're looking at the grass, you're trying to get a sense for like what pieces are missing, what's maybe here that shouldn't be. And you notice candle wax embedded in that circle.
I think she will pull out from her bag part of her kit that she has for her studies, and she will kind of pop the wax off into a little baggie, seal it up, put it back in the bag, pulls out her phone, types some more, keeps looking around. Doesn't say anything, just keeps at it.
And Bingley, as you're looking at this, thinking about your array of occult knowledge, I mean, it's not uncommon for fire to be used in different ceremonies. That's the first thing you think of, though. What would cause something to burn in this exact pattern is weird. Like, you would expect it to be more scorch marks where the candles were, if that were something like that. And so you're recognizing there is something unnatural here, because what would cause fire to burn in this exact pattern? As I mentioned to Darcy, there's no specific legends that involve things like this. But I think the biggest thing that jumps out to both you and Holly kind of simultaneously is what you were both just talking about. Like, it's not common for a copycat to follow the exact same pattern, but this is definitely breaking the pattern, at least as far as you know. There was nothing like this around Arthur's body. And so something is different. Incidentally, for our lovely Apples, I think Apples is getting so distracted with wanting to capture everything in her sketchbook that is why she does not pick up on anything.
Can't see the forest for the trees. Have you found anything?
Candle wax, possibly either the cause of the fire or used at least so whoever was out here could see what they were doing.
What kind of wax is it? Like, can we see just a visual spot check to see if it's like standard wax or something else?
I can roll my forensics. I don't
Ooh.
actually
I
think
would
it'd apply.
I would actually love for you to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I assist in some way? Unless it's not needed.
I was going to say
That's an 11 under 70.
Woo!
it is not needed.
Not needed at all.
Knows the brand.
I like to imagine that Holly has like a kit with different testing strips that she can just pull out and is starting to look at that.
She absolutely does. She beat out a lot of people for this position at this college. She absolutely has her own full kit.
We love to see it. Absolutely. And so you are testing the wax, seeing what you can glean, and the first thing you notice, Holly, is it is definitely not normal wax. I mean, it is normal wax. It's wax that has other substances included. Substances like blood.
Is it made out of body
and
fat
and
tallow
body fat?
candles?
Yes.
Oh, human body fat candle.
Yep.
Gore.
I think that's exactly how that goes. I think Holly is like looking at it and then she goes, oh, human body fat candle. And she just like looks up at everyone else from where she's like crouched down in the grass. And it's just like,
I told you there were so many useful things that you can make out of human body.
You can make soap too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Candles, soap. Recycling is amazing.
Maybe you should be wearing gloves.
I am wearing gloves. You think I'm
Okay,
not wearing
okay,
gloves?
okay.
You think
Well,
I don't carry gloves? Make it, Darcy.
I was worried you got too excited there.
Darcy, do I ever get excited?
You did
You know what?
just get very.
You did with once. I've seen it once.
Honestly, I
And it was
think
but
that's the
2
most
seconds ago,
excitement you've ever
so-
shown. Yes.
Just had to double check. Just make sure.
That's why they were
Apples.
confused. You got really, really worked up about
Yeah.
Exactly.
Candle.
Got very excited. My brain went, "Oh no, has she simply forgotten her personal
I
protective
don't
equipment?"
like it when you say my name that way.
Don't worry, Apples. It's fine. I'm just curious. Since you do have a deadline, do you have any alarms set in your phone that would remind you of when it's getting to be towards time to head back?
I think Apples is the kind of person that knows she's forgetful, so she has like a half a dozen. Like, there's one at 2:00 that's like, you have to be where you need to be. Don't forget. Then she snoozes it, and then there's a 2:31, and then there's a 3:00. Like, there's a subsequent collection that she has been snoozing this entire time. It is infuriating.
And so, with that, it's interesting because you've been snoozing a few of those alarms as time has gone on. When it starts to get more urgent, does the alarm change? That alarm is the one that goes off. And you look down, and kind of all of you, I think, jump a bit because you realize that it's dark. It is not pitch dark, but the sun has been setting, and your alarm, Apples, says it's 7:00.
There's no way we were here this long. There's no way. I mean, we have to go, though. We have to. There's no way we were here this long.
No.
Weirder things have happened, Apples.
I mean, I am friends with all of you, so yes, but what?
Yeah, but
What I'm
time
saying.
change. We do need to get you back, though.
Yes. Time.
We all were quite distracted.
You know, Grandpa Ross did talk about a time jump.
A what?
Yeah, but that's Grandpa Ross.
I know you
That's-
think he was a little, but I
No,
believe him.
Bad stories. But a time jump, Bingley.
That it happened to him in that jazz club.
You sure
I'm
that's
sure a
all
lot
that
of things
happened
happened in the jazz club.
Holly and Darcy are like,
I'm just like, no.
Something happened to your grandfather.
Maybe we get out of the field and head back to the car.
Why do we need to leave?
8:00, Bingley.
The event.
Oh, right.
You should probably. I need to get redressed because you're wearing my clothes. You need to get dressed because you're wearing my clothes and no pants. And I need to go show off my work. So.
All right,
Yeah,
but-
we need to.
Okay, let's go then.
Hey, do you have enough of your weird candle bits?
Oh, I've got plenty of weird candle bit.
Right, excellent. All right, everybody in.
And Maeve, as you are about to get in, you just hear Xavier say, "So none of you remember what just happened?"
What? What did you do?
Me? What makes you think I could do anything?
I would like to psychoanalyze the damn ghost.
Get him!
Please do.
Get his ass, babe.
Drag him.
Oh my god.
He doesn't talk to Holly because he knows Holly would drag him through the rocks.
Ooh, 35 under 75.
Incredible.
Get his spectral ass.
Fuck him up.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything to any of you. I don't have that kind of ability.
What kind of abilities do you have then?
Currently, not many. But
Uh,
I used to have more. Well, they weren't mine.
Did they have to do with the very unsettling sound that you played earlier?
What unsettling sound?
You're such a twat. If you
Tell the
want,
pervert to be useful or go away, Maeve.
I'm assuming even though she can't hear you, you can hear her.
I can.
Okay. She's used to being listened to and obeyed.
I don't particularly like that.
Well, I don't particularly like that sound you played, Eileen, and I don't particularly like you not answering my question, so I think we're even.
Which sound was it? Was it... And there's that
Don't-
cracking sound again.
Maeve pulls out her phone and starts Googling instructions for an exorcism because it's been a while since she's done one.
And Xavier must see what you're doing because he says, do those actually work?
I don't know. We'll find out tonight, won't we?
Thought we were making a deal.
If you play that sound again, there will be no deals made.
I'm not playing any sound. That's the sound my body makes now.
What body?
What I have left.
Where is it?
Would you want to see it if you could?
No, I'm asking so I can avoid it. I am curious about dead things, don't get me wrong, but that is... Holly might be interested, though.
Well, it is a shame I don't think that she can see me.
Are you saying that I could?
I hope so.
I don't think I do. Bingley,
Yes, Maeve.
you have a lot of paranormal investigation equipment, right?
I do.
Great, great. When we're done with the show tonight, I think we should put it to good use.
His eyes brighten up. And we don't have to stay long at the show, correct? Like, we just pop in and say hello. And
I'm right here. I am right here sitting next to you, you bastard. Right here.
I don't know
He's
a lot
turning
about...
up the Veronicas.
I don't know a lot about art, Apples, and it confuses me, so...
I'm sure she'd be happy to explain it.
That would... If I have to, that might be nice.
She leans over to Bingley and just mutters, I swear to God, if you don't play nice, I'm not going to let you bring the toys out with the ghost.
I'm sorry.
Suggestive eye contact in the rearview mirror.
I would love to hear about the art. Its
Good.
composition and color palette, brush strokes.
Do that, Darcy.
Feelings.
Oh, for goodness sake. You do know your podcast inspired one of my pieces there, right? Like, we talked about this, like, months ago.
I do not remember that, but I am very interested by that fact.
All right, there we are.
Finally, I swear to God.
It's fine. It's fine. Is time still being normal?
Time is currently being normal, but it is whittling away. And so I would imagine that the group of you go back to your respective locations.
Speeding.
Some of you get yourself cleaned up and appropriate to attend an art gallery exhibition. And you make your way into the art district. And as you walk in, you see what you would expect, which is a gallery that has a variety of paintings and photographs and sculptures laid out around it. You do not initially. Your eyes are immediately drawn to something that strikes you as unusual, because the gallery has been expanded. It has gone from the one room that you know it is, and it is a large room, I mean, of course, to contain as many items as it does. But it looks like they've taken out one of the walls to expand into the stores around. And well, the items enclosed in that essentially foyer catch your eye, you can't help but look at what appears to be maybe not the star of the show, but a star of the show. It looks like a field of corn. And it stretches back. It starts near the end of the room and moves into that extra space. But it's not made of corn. It is made of stalks of glass. And you can tell this because they're moving. Almost like there is a wind, and there is this faint tinkling sound as you see those stalks stretch out into what seems to be darkness in the room beyond, essentially forming a corn maze. Your eyes, of course, are also drawn to your friend Apples and her piece or pieces in this. And I think it is a great opportunity to introduce what they see when they look at Apple's work.
So if anyone is on the Discord, I've put it in the chat because I drew it.
Yes.
So what you see is Apple's, her long brown hair has been put up in like a little updo, but she's got like a paintbrush in her hair, keeping it up like chopsticks.
Wait, where?
In the Wildcard Wednesday thingy.
In the discussion threads.
In the discussion threads,
yes.
yeah. LFTA games. So in like a, plain black suit, slacks. She is standing next to a painting that is probably 5 feet tall, 3 feet wide. It is almost as big as she is. It's mixed media, oil on canvas in blue. The background is layers of blue and purple and like a goldenrod yellow. And Maeve would recognize the red as the painting that she created, or the paint that she created from one of her plants. On top of that is an oil and charcoal woman with a veil over her face, almost similar to a Mother Mary statue. But her eyes have red spray paint on them as if emptied. And on her head is a crown of antlers reaching up to the top of the canvas, also in spray paint.
Farah, I just
Yeah.
want to. This is beautiful and so well done. Like, amazing. I'm going to have nightmares for months.
It's
I'm so
beautiful.
sorry.
It really
is.
is.
Beautiful
very
and
nice.
terrifying.
If we could somehow get that in here. I don't know how, JD, work your magic.
Get in the Discord.
I mean, I can pull up my phone and see if I can get it to show up on my camera.
Yeah, I have it on my iPad right here, actually. I can see if that works.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that'll probably be bigger than my phone, so that'd probably
Yeah.
work better. Because it
But
is
yeah.
fantastic.
Yes, no, it deserves to be seen. It can be seen right now on our Discord, but yes, we should have it be available on the VOD so that
Yes.
future audiences can
So
see it
people
as well.
don't have to just scroll forever. I see people commented nope on it, and I'm also almost a little insulted. I think it's delightful.
It is
Hey, I've
stunning. You
commented a
did a
yes.
great job. But I mean, was the
There she
intention not
is.
to make it unsettling? Because
Oh no, that was entirely the intention. Yes, you are correct.
There she is.
successful.
Oh,
Look
There
at
she
her.
is.
amazing.
Apples,
Yeah,
why
Ring
does the
light
veiled
makes it-
lady
There we go.
Why does the veiled lady have antlers, Apples?
Well, you were talking about the some folklore thing with, antlers, and we were talking about the murders with the missing eyes, and I just thought it just sounded so delicious. The different types of faith that people have, and belief, and the power of belief. So the belief of some creature with antlers that are some kind of evil, and here at the university, and of course the faith in Catholicism and such like that, and Maeve's beliefs in the power of poison and toxins. I've incorporated that with the paint that she's made, and I just thought it would be a nice continuity of also the way we all met, of course. And yes, I just
I think it's lovely.
that's fine. Oh, thank you.
Yes, it's truly fantastic. You did use gloves while applying that paint, correct? And washed your brush very thoroughly.
Yeah, I think I did with the red.
I feel like you'd know by now if you hadn't. Okay.
Probably.
What are you going to do with it when you're done?
Put it into my portfolio, sell it, maybe. I mean, this show, they sell things all the time.
Oh, they're selling it.
Hmm?
Where are they selling it? And
there's
Holly walks off.
Oh, isn't that delightful?
So are the red eyes supposed to be angry?
Well, that's the thing about art, isn't it? It's interpretive. So, of course, there's the murders with the missing... I shouldn't say that loud with this excited tone. But the removal of the eyes, of course, being one of the things that people are believe, at least, is not confirmed, right? But could be angry, could also be gouged out. All sorts of ways to think about it.
Right, but what was the way you thought about it?
I think when I was... Well, here's the thing. When I work on something like this, sometimes it just sort of comes to me. It's less of a intention and more of a feeling, and I wanted to bring out the horror and the awfulness and the unsettlingness. And I think probably, if I'm honest, the gouging out is probably what came to it, because I tried to make sure that when I was spray painting, you had those drips, right? Rather than the like a clean hole.
So that wasn't a
Like-
mistake. That was deliberate.
Oh, yes, of course.
I think I understand it.
Do you?
Yes.
I'm impressed. A little, I think.
Thank you. It's about man's fear of things with antlers.
So
Sure.
close.
That's close. That is very close, and it could be. Absolutely.
Good. Turn to Darcy. Are we able to leave now?
So, interesting thing, Bingley.
Yes.
You turn towards Darcy, and Darcy is not there.
Instant panic.
Darcy,
Yes, JD.
you seemingly blink, and things around you are completely different. You were standing there, listening to your brother try to explain his understanding of art, and then suddenly you were not in darkness, but very dim light. And you look around and you see not stalks of corn, but stalks of glass. You are somewhere in the middle of a maze. And you smell the scent of blood and iron in the air. And it smells different because there is also a smell of some sort of accelerant, some sort of explosive. So it's not the iron smell of blood, it is the smell of blood and something else. And as you are recognizing somewhat where you are and that you are alone, Maeve, you hear footsteps behind you. And a now very familiar voice says, "Interesting inspiration, but that's not my lord." And I think with that, we are going to pause tonight's session
Wonderful.
with a missing sibling and that sentiment.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Listen, if he wants a portrait of his lord done, he can just let me know. And
Commissions
works
are
on
open.
Shiny
the critic.
permissions are open, darling.
Holly's gonna go buy that art for an absurd amount of money and then hang it in the room like it's
Incredible. We love to see it. Absolutely.
Because Grandpa Ross wasn't as much of an old coot as we thought.
I know he wasn't. I told you.
I now know why I'm not supposed to be sharing Ghosty's name.
Don't worry
It's
about it. Share the
fine.
name. Drop the name, babe.
Everything's
fine.
fine.
Everything's fine.
You haven't
Turn
made a
on your
deal
location,
yet.
Ghost. I just want to talk.
don't worry about the location thing.
Yeah, no.
Holly's got you taken care of, babe.
Everything's fine. Everything's going great. We are having so much fun, and
We're having a normal one.
a normal one. It has been such a normal day.
Super normal.
For us, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna have to really up the ante because all of you are so unhinged, and I love to see it.
Did you expect anything less from this table, JD?
We promised.
I did not.
We promised.
Totally normal
We threatened
artist.
heavily.
I mean,
we love it.
after watching Last Table, I just feel like they brought the game, and we have to try and match the energy.
Yeah.
Truly.
True.
I personally think you are more than doing so. Absolutely unhinged, 10 out of 10 on all accounts. And now that you've demonstrated one of the reasons you're all amazing, I would love for you to tell everyone other ways that they can find you and other amazing things that you do, starting with you, Alex.
Hello, I'm Alex. I'm Mightiest Finn. I have been Bingley Keating. What do I do? Well, just last night, we premiered a new ongoing game here at Life from the Apocalypse called Changeling Cold Iron, which is set in an alternate universe where the Fey courts have taken over the Soviet Union. There's been a murder, and we're investigating it, having a good time, I think. Don't mind the klaxons and the alarms. It's not a big deal. What else do I do? I don't know. I think that's mostly it.
You write stuff.
I do write
Yeah.
stuff.
You do write stuff.
I write stuff for the backwards tabletop role-playing universe. So if you like Southern Gothic or American Gothic or apocalyptic horror or any sort of mashup of those things, check us out on Itch. We've got 2 books, Backwater, which is the first one, and Backroads, which is the second one. We've also got 2 projects, Backwoods and Backchannel. There is a theme. See if you can find out what it is. We've got a Kickstarter page for that one. We will be launching at some point soon. I don't know when, but it will be probably later in the summer. That's me. I had fun. Thank you, JD.
I'm glad you had fun. I had a lot of fun. Farah.
Hello, I am Farah Sarkaya. You can find me on Twitter and all of the socials at Farrakaya. You can also find me at Crossroads Games. We had a finale tonight of a 4-part series and also a giant saga that I am in the whole thing, and it's very exciting and wonderful. We also have a premiere next week of my GM premiere on Crossroads, which is very exciting also, where I do some awful things to my players. It's very exciting. And I am in the aforementioned game yesterday here at Live from the Apocalypse. You can find me all sorts of places. And also I do art. Fun fact, you learned that today. And you can find me on Instagram. So yeah, at Farrakaya.
That art was incredible. As soon as you sent it to me, I was like, I am screaming so much.
Yay.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right. Feral behavior time. Julia.
Hi. So I'm Julia. Tonight I have been Holly Haley Hollis. Every other Sunday on Live from the Apocalypse, I am Lyra Kroll, who causes all of her own problems in our Masks campaign, Academy H. And every other Tuesday, I am Kelly Violet, who is a rogue cleric hybrid who did not cause nearly enough problems considering how uppity everyone's being. Those are all for Live from the Apocalypse games. You should come and see them. I highly recommend. I'm Hexwet on pretty much all social media platforms, and I spend a great deal of time just whiling about in the Discord, so come hang out.
We love to see it. All right, Kit. Sorry for leaving you in a maze.
Don't apologize for art, JD. I am so excited to be in your little maze. Hi, guys. I'm Kit. You can find me most places on the internet at KitRollCause, same way it's spelled somewhere around me. I have been your Darcy Keating for the evening, and will continue to be as long as JD does not kill me. You can find me not this Saturday, but typically every other Saturday over on the Lost Caravan, where I am yet another little guy. In our Fabula Ultima campaign, Fatal Ascension, I play Ophelia, a little automaton who has done nothing wrong in its life. I promise you. Take their name out of your mouth. On Sundays, you can find me over on Sword and Key, where we've just launched a vast, grim little mini series called I Want Your Skulls. So if you like the vibes of tonight but want more spacey horror, come join us for brunch over there. Where I am totally not.
You were going to say more skulls, but I can add
You
more skulls in
haven't
too.
given us any skulls yet. You need to give us more skulls, JD. What you doing?
How are we to lick the skulls if we don't have the skulls?
I'm so sorry.
You have to give us more skulls to lick, JD. Get in the comments.
I'm sure. Holly
But
has
if you
some
want me
stored
to,
somewhere.
we're gonna find them. But yeah, if you want to see me trample on JD's brand and play a religiously traumatized zealot, come check out that. It will be delightful. And then on Mondays, for at least the next few Mondays, I will be over on Chaotic Goat Productions, where we're doing an actual play test situation of Cottages in Cerberus, a cozy little monster hunting game. One of the main mechanics is based on the spoon theory. It is delightful. I play the most anxious little ice cream alchemist satyr that you have ever seen in your life. She is adorable and learning how to trust herself with magic again. So come check it out. It's very wholesome if you want vibes that are entirely opposite to this. And then catch us, not this Thursday, but next for the drop of the premiere, 2-part premiere special of Bloom and Blight, our Girl by Moonlight actual play podcast. Peep the socials, Twitter at Bloom and Blight. We are dropping a couple of things pre-launch. But yeah, that goes up next Thursday. I'm not nervous. You're nervous. I think that's all my stuff. But peep the Twitter for more stuff as I'm allowed to announce it. On to the next one.
Incredible, Kit. Always incredible.
Will would like to know if that was a Misfits reference, and I think several of the rest of us would like that too.
Oh, the thing about me that you may not understand is that I don't know pop culture references. So I know that there is a thing called Misfits. Is like the band? Is that a band?
Yes, but no.
Okay.
There's also
but
a
no is
show.
the right answer.
Okay. All right. I will Google it.
Incredible.
Oh my god.
Incredible. Chrissy, last but not least.
Hi. Yes, I'm Chrissy. I'm Chrissy in color on all social media sites as long as supplies last. And I have been playing Maeve tonight. And it has been a delight. As for announcing what I'm doing, honestly, I've been taking a break, so not a whole lot. I've got some stuff going on, but it's kind of with Crossroads, and Carrie is great and likes to record things like a year before they're uploaded. So I have no idea when it's coming out, so I don't want to announce those. The one thing I can announce is the game I'm in with Dork Lord Canada Brent. We did Wander Home, which is an absolute delight of a game, and recently got direct selected to go to New Jersey Web Fest with our first 2 sessions. Well, it's like a combination, I think, right? I think maybe it's just the first one. But we did 2 sessions for the first season, and then we're about to record some more for the next season. We're going to do, I think, 3 sessions with that one as of right now. So yeah. If you happen to be in a mood for something super sweet and super cozy, you can absolutely watch that. Most of the stuff that I'm in, I have linked in my bio on my card. Like I have an entire page that has the APs I'm in listed, and Wander Home is on there. As is the Glass Chronicles that Farah was mentioning with Crossroads earlier. So yeah, that is generally where you can find me these days, is with Crossroads, and occasionally like popping up on other channels like this one. Hi. Yeah. Otherwise, I guess, hey, stop. Follow me on Twitter to keep track of what I'm doing, because apparently even I don't know. Yeah.
That is fair. We have all been there, and we are always thrilled to have our regular cast on the channel and returning cast on the channel. It is always so exciting, and I am very delighted that all of you were willing to allow me to be your storyteller for this evening. I am going to keep this short. I am not going to list out everything, no matter how much any of you want me to do it. I am just going to report the next 2 days. And that way, you can check my Twitter, which is JD, not Jason Dean, for further updates. And, if you're back here in the next 2 days, you'll hear more things that I am doing. But I will be back tomorrow night GMing another game, our ongoing horror campaign Redacted, which uses a Powered by the Apocalypse system called Synchronicity that I created. It is a good time. Horrible things are happening to people. They are getting possessed by former past lives. It is a very good time. Then I will be returning as well midday on Friday for Thy Kingdom Come, our Urban Shadows game that is set in a theocratic dystopian version of the United States, not dissimilar from our own, except with monsters. And I play a religiously traumatized teenager who is realizing he's not actually a saint. It's fine. And okay, Will says I have to point out that it is a historic Academy H/class reunion week next week, because we will be recording a new episode of Academy H on Sunday. We are very excited. It is usually our off week, but we will be back. And then on Tuesday, we will be playing Class Reunion, and you might get to see me cry on screen again, because that's the game I seem to do it in. My character Hunter just has a lot of feelings, okay? Do not call them the cry maker, Will. It's not appropriate. It is bullying behavior. It's fine. And that is all I will say. You can also find me with you can also find me with Tales from the Table Studios, and you can find me with The Lost Caravan, but not for a while with The Lost Caravan. I think my next game isn't until August. But yeah, that is what I am doing. Wow, tonight was an unhinged feral night from the very first second. William. I was delighted to run this game for the 5 of you. I cannot wait to see what happens now that we've had our lovely introduction where everyone can get attached to your characters, and we can see how they feel when those darling angels are in danger. But that probably won't happen next time. It's fine.
Kill
What?
me.
What? What
I'm
was
in
that?
danger.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
What was
It's
that
so
word?
fine.
I just made a cute little artist. I'm going to be a danger. Oh no.
I'm just
nothing-
doing a little scavenger hunt. It's fine.
Nothing bad's going to happen to anyone.
Great.
Nobody died the last time. I mean, everyone was fine.
Yeah,
That's a lie.
I
that
don't
is a
know.
lie.
Xavier got better.
Categorically false.
No, I would not.
JD?
Let's.
Real quick.
Mm.
He's still around.
How dare you erase what happened to Sally and Peggy?
I was gonna say I love
This is
Sally.
Sally erasure. This is Peggy erasure.
I'm not going to stand for it. Even though their ghost is still around, being incredibly kick-ass as Sally is, Sally died.
Horrible.
Yeah.
I feel really bad
Like,
about it. I
Sally
feel
don't.
guilty.
Like super dead.
Ow.
Listen,
Justice for Sally. Get in the comments.
That's right. Justice for Sally.
Listen,
Hold
there was
JD
like,
accountable. I did not do that. That was JD.
Hashtag JD.
I rolled yes, okay. I committed homicide. You're right.
Who among us?
It was
You
my
did.
3rd time in a horror game killing someone else in the span of a week. I will admit that.
And you got
I swear to
50%
God,
of the
stop.
character kills in that game, so congratulations.
Thank you. This
And
time maybe I get 100%.
Get 100%. Yeah.
PD, you know? We're going for gold.
No.
Going for 100%.
Except Bingley will probably kill Craig, so that's
Oh,
like
well,
80%.
Please. You can't kill him. He's so hot.
so dumb. He's so
But
dumb.
I mean, if
So
if
stupid,
he
but he's
kills us, then won't Darcy want him to be dead so they can enjoy each other in the afterlife?
There you go.
Stop freezing. I just think he's pretty to look at.
Listen,
And on that
listen.
note, I will let Julia say what they are going to say.
We can't have both twins die virgins. One of you has to take it for the team.
Bold of you to assume. Bold of you to assume. You might be right, but like bold still.
Incredible. And I think on that
Twins fuck,
note,
damn it.
we are going to retire for the evening. Hang around. We will find someone to raid. We will let some of this continued unhinged energy out. And we will be back next week for the continuation of the Find Out table of the Fuck Around and Find Out variety. We love you all.
And we are finding out.
You are finding out. Say goodnight to everyone, cast.
Good night,
Good night,
everyone.
Good night, everyone, cast.
Good night, everybody.
Night, everyone.